Once you know your keywords, where do you put them? In this video, we're going to go into the major meta tags for SEO, namely the title tag, the meta description tag, and the meta keywords tag. Along the way, we're going to learn that the meta keywords tag is ignored. At any rate, once you know your keywords and you optimize your title and meta description, you will have a very big impact on your SEO performance. Let's get started. First of all, let's just get this concept out there. What is a meta tag? And you're going to hear a lot of nonsense out there on the blogosphere, kind of two different areas. One is people will say meta tags don't matter, keywords don't matter, the keywords meta tag doesn't matter, right? So there's a lot of confusion where people don't understand what a meta tag is, and then they just sort of buy the Google nonsense that it doesn't matter, just write contents for humans, which is really stupid. And secondly, you hear the flip side, not quite as much anymore, but just put your keywords in your meta tag and you're done, right? And both of these are wrong. And you want to think of meta tags as an important part of your SEO strategy, but they're not the only piece. So don't fall into this sort of all or nothing thinking. So let's define this if you're ever on Jeopardy, right? A meta tag simply is any tag that appears in the header of an HTML document, okay? In terms of the linguistics, meta means above, so an information about information. So a meta tag tells Google, what is this page about? That's the idea. That's what's called a meta tag. Now, let's just look at the blog post I'm looking at right now. Let's right-click, view page source, and so now we're in the source code. And then let's go down here and let's look at the meta tags, okay? So here is your meta title tag. So if you go and zoom into your code here, let's zoom in a little bit. And you just go right-click and you view code, view the source code. You'll see the title and the slash title. So I'm telling Google that this blog post that I'm written and I'm referring to here is about the meta tags for SEO, right? So that's your meta title tag. That's the title tag. Now let's scroll down a bit and let's find the meta description tag, and you'll see here meta, like hello. So the title tag is a little funky. It doesn't call itself a meta tag, but it is a meta tag. And then here's your meta description tag, which says to Google, kind of in summary format, what is this page about? It's a blog post explaining how to embed the keywords into the meta tags. Okay. And if you really are a glutton for punishment, you can look and you can find, here's the open header. And then if you scroll, you'll find the close header down here somewhere at the bottom. And if you have trouble finding something, do Control F as in Frank, and then just put in /head, and you'll find the tags. Or you can do title to find your title. Okay. So now that's out of the way. Let me unzoom myself here. Okay, so now that's out of the way. We know what the meta tags are. We know that essentially they're talking to Google. And let's talk about what it looks like. So I have this example of a real page, right? Progressive.com, which does an excellent job on their SEO. So here is their landing page on motorcycle insurance, and you can see that right there. And if you right-click, sometimes you have to right-click until you get to the right spot. Right-click, view page source, or Control-U, and then go Control F as in Frank. Find that title, and you can see here's their title, motorcycle insurance quote, join the #1 insurer, and then again Control F, and then just type in description, because it's not just /description just to make your life a little bit more miserable. It's meta name equals description, and you can see here is their meta description, right with the #1, blah blah blah. And then they also are using this third meta tag called the meta keywords tag. So this is nice because you have all three of them in a nice little line for you. You have the title, the meta description, and the meta keywords. Now, we're going to talk in another video about which ones are really important from a Google perspective. Title and meta description are very important, and the meta keywords tag is ignored. by Google, by Bing, by Yahoo. This is where there is confusion in the blogosphere, right? And thank God for the blogosphere, or we would never actually, make any progress because it's total confusion, right? The meta keywords tag is ignored. Keywords are not ignored. Keywords are very important. You want to embed your keywords in your meta tags, especially your title and a meta description. The meta keywords tag is ignored. You can use it if you want. It's really just kind of a good note to yourself, what is this page optimized? And Progressive has done a wonderful job here of telling us what their targets were, and you can see that they've really identified its motorcycle insurance and the helpers like quote, quotes, best, top, bike insurance, this type of thing. Okay, so that's how you get to the tags. All right, so let's go back here. Now, related to that is what they do. They can control how you're displayed on Google. So I have a search here. Let's go over to Google and let's look at motorcycle insurance. So this is the search on Google for motorcycle insurance, and you'll see here that Progressive is #1 in organic. And notice here, motorcycle insurance quotes join the #1 insurer and ride with the #1 motorcycle insurance company. So this headline on Google is the title tag. And this description on Google is the meta description tag. So now you've learned something very important. Your title will 9 times out of 10 become your headline on Google, and your meta description will maybe 6 times out of 10 become the description on Google. So you now know how to write your free ads on Google with your title and your meta description. Now, not saying that you'll rank, but that's the first step, is to get good titles and good meta descriptions. And in the blog post, I have a little screenshot of that Progressive, and you can actually click on that in the blog post. I made it really easy, and it'll make it really big so you can see the title and the meta description. And similarly, if you click on the code, I've highlighted the code for you on progressive.com's landing page optimized on motorcycle insurance. Now let's look at optimizing those meta tags. So now that you know what they are and you have a sense of what they do, you want to talk about optimizing them. And it's really pretty straightforward, and we can look at Progressive's page, for instance, to see that optimization. So for your non-home pages, especially your key landing pages, those are the pages that reflect your target searches and are really meant to show and rank on Google for those searches. So your process is, first identify the keyword target that you're targeting. Secondly, you want to write a keyword-heavy title tag, and the limit here is 59 visible characters. About 80 are indexed on Google. And then you want to write a strong meta description tag. Your limit here is 155 characters. And I'll show you a little tool here I like called lettercount.com. So let's go over to Google and let's type in motorcycle insurance, just to stay on this one very simple search. And let's go from Google to the Progressive page, which is our #1, our gold medalist. Let's right click, view page source, Control F and find their title. And then let's just sort of reverse engineer it. Let's copy that title tag, Control C as in Charlie. And let's go over to letter count and let's pop that in here. And you're going to see that it's 59 characters. So they've written a really well done title tag that is under the character limit of 59. It actually will work till about 80 characters, but really those first 59 are all critical because those are what shows on Google. Now let's look at their meta description. So let's copy that, Control C as in Charlie, paste that in letter count, and you're going to see that it's about 155 characters. And notice how they've put the keyword phrase into that meta description, and they've given it some pizzazz, right? Ride with the #1 motorcycle insurance company, right? They don't say ride with the #12 motorcycle insurance company, right? Get more savings. They don't say spend more money, right? They've written it with a little pizzazz. So it's got the keywords in there, but it's exciting and it really describes their offering in a kind of a sexy way, as it were. You can also go look at some other searches like reverse mortgage calculator, and you'll also see that people have done that meta tag work as well. Here's a nice one. Number 1 reverse, who wants to use the number 12 or the number 16, right? The number 1, that's their title tag. That's their meta description tag. So it's the only one. It's the only reverse mortgage calculator that produces instant and accurate loan. It's the only one, right? It's got to be true because you read it on Google. But what you want to realize is that they wrote that. They wrote that. Right click, view page source, Control F or find the description, and you'll see here that they wrote that and they called themselves number 1. So don't believe everything you read on Google, right? It's just what they aimed at the Google search engine. So as you're writing your landing pages, you want to put those keywords into the title tag, less than 59 characters. Put those keywords into the meta description tag, less than 155 characters, right? And you can see, I've got some examples here, inbound marketing agency, reverse mortgage calculator, motorcycle insurance. You can go see and do it. The keywords meta tag is optional, doesn't hurt, doesn't help you. Now let's talk for a second about your home page, and you want to think long and hard about your home page because the same rules apply. It's just your home page is really the queen bee. It's really your core foundational keyword query, what you're really going after. So if you take a look at Progressive, and this is their home page. There's a little bit of a redirect there, but it's still their home page. So let's view page source. And let's find out here. So they are saying Progressive, right? That's their title, meta tag. Progressive ranked one of the best insurance companies. And notice how they're an insurance company, right? So they got that in there. And they didn't call themselves the worst, right? Ranked one of the worst, right? One of the lamest, right? No, they call themselves the best, right? And then here's their meta description, get insurance online from Progressive. Now, if you Google Progressive insurance, that'll often become the description here as well, oftentimes. Now, I also have a link to Geico, and you can check out Geico, and you'll see here, you can right-click, view page source, look for that title and meta description. So where's the title here? If you have trouble finding it, Control F, title, there it is. So it's an insurance company for your car, motorcycle. See those keywords in there? And then look for the description. So they have Geico, government employees, insurance companies have been providing affordable. Look at that. They don't provide unaffordable auto insurance, car auto, right? So you can see they've done that. And if you Google Geico, just go to Google and just put in Geico, you'll see here that that's the meta description company, meta description tag, and that's their title tag. So the home page is really special, and you want to really optimize it. Finally, let's talk for a second about the Yoast SEO plugin, which I have a link to you for. It's really nice for WordPress because it gives you insight into whether you're optimized correctly, and it helps you optimize the title tag and the meta description tag in WordPress. So I have a screenshot here, and you'll see in my screenshot that I've got the snippet preview, and this is if you use WordPress, install the Yoast plugin, and then go to Edit Snippet, and then you can see here that I've kind of checked it out using the focus keyword meta, and it gives me green and red lights based on attributes that are good for SEO. So if you're using WordPress, the Yoast SEO plugin is a nice free tool to help you optimize your meta tags, aka your title and meta description tag, and it has this little testing feature that will allow you to check it. So let me log in here and I'll show you that. Okay, so we're logged into WordPress. So I'm in Yoast, and I'm going to go to the bottom here. I'm going to click Edit Snippet, and you can see here I can write a really nice, well-optimized SEO title, and it actually gives you the character limit. If you go a little bit too long, it'll turn red. And then here's the meta description. So it's really nice because it gives you that green bar tells you that you're under the character limit. If you go into red, you're going over the character limit. And then you can choose a focus keyword. In my case, I'll choose the word meta. And then it gives me a little checkup here. So you put what is the keyword you're optimizing in here, and it's going to check against the title, the meta, the visible content. And it gives you a nice little checkup, and it tells me, oh, your density is a little too high. And it gives me some green and yellow lights about, the text and etc. So Yoast is really nice because it helps you optimize, but you still need to know the keyword target and you still need to know keyword theory to use the tool properly. Okay, so let's review what we learned. So first we learned what are meta tags, which are the title, the meta description, and the meta keywords tag. Only the title and meta description really matter for SEO purposes. They're strong signals to Google. What is a web page about? They control the summary on Google, the title or the visible headline and the visible description on Google. Secondly, we learned that you want to optimize your meta tags for both your non-home pages, aka your landing pages, by putting those keyword targets in them, by being very, very laser focused, as Progressive is with motorcycle insurance. And we've learned that on your home page, you need to spend a lot of brain work in a very, very succinct, very short, very focused title tag and meta description tag for your home page. And finally, we learned that if you use the Yoast plugin, then you really have a really powerful tool inside of WordPress to optimize your titles, meta descriptions, and they have this nifty little focus keyword function where you can check and see if your on page is pretty well done for a particular page. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.